today's quick video, I want to go over what fetish photography is, or at least my opinion of it. I'm going to go over some examples from my own fetish photography work. But the dictionary term for fetish is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, or part of the body. Some examples would be having a fetish for nylons or leather or latex or balloons, or having a foot fetish. It does not require nudity. I think that's more erotic photography. And there's also some subcategories such as bondage photography or shibari type photography. This first example is of Kimberly Fox. This was shot in Dallas, and the focus is on nylon stockings. This was shot from a high angle, and we used available light. I believe this was taken inside Angela Ryan's bedroom in Dallas, and I really like the angle of this composition. This next sample is of Brittany. She is wearing pantyhose and boots, and the focus is on her legs and the hosiery. And this was shot for a cynical ball flyer. And I believe we used off-camera flash photography lighting for this photo. The next fetish is focused on boots, and the model is Mistress Eve, and we shot this at a Hilton hotel room in Houston. And we used my lighting setup as well as the practicals in the room. And I think this came out really good as far as a black and white image, which I think goes well with some styles of fetish fashion. This next image is of Courtney Crave. We shot this in Dallas at Angela Ryan's house. She had a really big collection of high heels and boots, and I thought it would make a good backdrop for this image. This next example is another shot that's focused on high heels and legs and hosiery. This is of Kendra James, and this was shot at Mistress Daria's dungeon in Dallas several years ago. This next image is of Brittany, and she's wearing latex. The emphasis is on latex, and there's a lot of negative space, and the white backdrop is because we needed room for cover text or flyer text, because this was used for a cynical ball flyer. Latex is a pretty big fetish as far as something that's used for fetish fashion photographers. This next sample is of Mistress Steve again, and we are focused on her leather outfit and her boots. And this was shot at the same Hilton hotel room in Houston. Sometimes the fetish can be an object, such as like a whip or a riding crop. Brittany here is holding a riding crop behind her legs. Sometimes a fetish can be revolved around submission and domination. The dominatrix here is Chloe Manson, and she is with her submissive, and this image was taken at her dungeon in Austin. And the last thing I want to go over is a foot fetish. This image is of Mistress Ella Strickland, and it was shot in Houston at her dungeon, and we used available light. And here's another example of a foot fetish image. This is of Ladella Hahn, and I believe we shot this in San Antonio at a hotel room. But there's many other fetishes. I can't possibly cover them all. There's hundreds. I mean, pretty much anything you can think of. If someone is has a link to it, it can be a fetish and photographed. But here are some of my favorite fetish images from my own portfolio. I hope this helps someone who's not familiar with fetish photography know what it's kind of about. If you found any value in this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your support.